everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another astrology oracle reading for you. This is a big week, so I am really excited to see what card we pulled today. Before I get started, I just want to take a quick minute to just say, even if while you're listening to these readings, you don't have any planets that are activated or the transits that are going on aren't really impacting you very severely, astrology is all about patterns. And that means that even if these things aren't impacting your life now, the likelihood that they're going to come back around is very good. And so again, taking this information in and learning about the archetypes and learning about patterning and learning about your own, reaction to patterns and understanding all of the different energy at play, because astrology does not exist in a vacuum. It's happening while everything else is happening. It's good information to have. So thank you all for tuning in as always, and let's get started. So of course I have my chart pulled up for the week. I am basing this chart today if you're interested in making a copy to see what I'm working with. We are in Dayton, Ohio, of course, and it is 11:11 a.m. and it is exact at this time as well. So in this chart, we have a Cancer rising. This is the first time that we've had a Cancer rising chart to work with of all these videos that I've done. They've all been Gemini, so that's kind of exciting to see a little change there. Some watery vibes coming through. We, of course, still have the sun in Aries and the moon is currently in Leo. So we have 2 fire and some water present in the big 3 of this chart. So I have my cards laid out in front of me. I'm looking for something that has a little something different going on to catch my eye. And I'm going to go with Neptune. Wow. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Ooh, I'm a little excited. Okay. Neptune and Jupiter are forming a conjunction tomorrow. This transit has not happened in 166 years. This is a once in a lifetime experience to be a part of. This is exciting. Okay. Let me chill. The reason that this is so exciting is because Jupiter and Neptune have not met up in the watery sign of Pisces in almost 2 lifetimes, 166 years. It's been a really long time. And we are here to witness this taking place tomorrow, April 12th. I wrote a really extensive blog post about this, which I will link in the show notes below, where you can read a little bit more of my personal predictive insight, I guess you could say, on what this transit means. But let's get down to the basics. Neptune is associated with Pisces as well as the 12th house. This is all about illusions, spirituality, fantasy. This is mermaids and aliens, right? Like that's kind of the signification I always have for this energy, especially in like the 12th house, which makes a lot of sense to me coming right after Aquarius and Uranus, which is super alien UFO energy, just to tap into like mermaids and dolphins swimming through the sky and all those like really cool, psychedelic aquatic vibes. That is what Neptune is all about. Neptune can also signify losses. It can signify confusion. So something to keep in mind. And Jupiter is associated with Sagittarius as well as the 9th house. Sorry, I had a brain fart just then. And Sagittarius and Jupiter and the 9th house and all their different archetypes basically come down to higher learning, travel, spirituality, and, really expansion, right? So expanding your mind, expanding your travels, where you've gone, in the world, definitely very much to do with that domain. So when we have Neptune, this uber spiritual kind of weird energy coming into the picture with Jupiter, which is like, let's go, let's see, let's explore. We have a lot of potential to start exploring and feeling out our spiritual center. And one of the biggest works that Neptune has to do is embodiment. This is not a planet that can be seen with the physical eye, which is largely why it wasn't discovered until the 1800s, although it is, part of the astrological makeup which in and of itself is an ancient practice. In the ancient practice, in Hellenistic astrology, before they were able to discover Neptune, Pisces was actually associated with Jupiter. So depending on the astrologer and the practitioner that you listen to, this is just a huge convergence of energy in Pisces by its dominant rulership, which is really intense and really exciting. Because this is a conjunction, we have an intensification of energy. I also have a blog all about aspects that I will also link below that will go into a little bit more detail. But a conjunction is basically when two planets are side by side. I mean, right there with each other. And when we have a conjunction that's exact, that means that these two planets are at the exact same degree. Yes, of course I have a blog about degree theory. I'll link below as well. But the point is that they are right next to each other. They are as close as you can get, if not over top of each other. When you look at an astrological chart that's 2D, that's how it will look. So what does this mean for us? How do we make use of this energy? How do we identify it? This is such an excellent time for tapping in. And when I say tapping in, I don't necessarily mean, dropping acid. This is not a great time for that. What this is really more about is that the morphic field is very much ready for you to tune into it, okay? Even if you don't have Pisces dominant in your chart anywhere, this Neptune-Jupiter conjunction is happening to everyone. So wherever you do have Pisces in your birth chart, I would take a look and see. I have a friend that has the moon in Pisces, so this has been a really intense time for her, especially in the dreamscape. A lot of very intense dreams, astral projecting. So if you do have heavy Pisces placements, I would maybe just make sure that you're getting enough rest and enough water, and that you're giving yourself space to just feel what it is that you're feeling, because unfortunately some of those emotions may be projected from the collective and not actually your own. But it's not all bad here. This is, again, such an excellent time to tap into your spiritual center, pull together the resources and tools, right? We all have crystals, we all have tarot cards. Like, pull these things together and use them at this time. Don't get lost in the sauce. Find something that will help you ground yourself. This is such an excellent day, tomorrow specifically the 12th, for a spiritual bath. If you don't have a tub, grab a nice big bowl or a foot bath and soak your feet, especially with some Epsom salts. Great for this, great for this energy. But there are some downsides to Neptune and Jupiter coming together in Pisces, and that has a lot to do with religious extremism. I will not be going into too much detail, but I think you can maybe guess what I mean when I say that. We are seeing some really horrific anti-abortion bills becoming law. We are seeing a lot of energy being put into stopping gender affirmation medical care for those who are under 18 years old. These are largely based on religious belief systems and not any kind of logic or empathy whatsoever for the people that these things affect. So something just to be on the lookout is really just over the top spirituality, over the top religious extremism. Another thing I think is really important to keep in mind is a lot of tarot readers and astrologers and psychics and mediums are having their profiles hacked on TikTok and Instagram. If you're in any of those spaces, I'm sure that you've seen this, where somebody is creating a duplicate profile and then contacting the followers of this person saying, hey, I have a free reading for you, or Spirit's telling me to connect with you. These people are not trying to connect with you. They're trying to mine your data and maybe get some money off of you. So be smart when it comes to checking your DMs, this next week and anytime moving forward. I don't know any spiritual practitioner that is basically viral on the internet that even has the time to take readings, let alone offer free ones. So just be smart there. But yeah, again, when it comes to this week and it comes to this incredible energy that we're tapping into, pull out your journal, pull out your resources, and dive in. Don't feel as though you need to project this into the world. As I mentioned, we are dealing with some 12th house matters when Pisces and Neptune are involved. So this can, really be something that you take time with to do some self-love and some self-healing and a little bit of, therapeutic spirituality. And once you have time with that, then go share it with the world. Because I think that defending ourselves when it comes to spirituality is just a really messy way to go about understanding our value system, which is one of my favorite topics, value system. So just give yourself some space, give yourself some time. That being said, if you are finding a community of people that are embracing you and uplifting these, different beliefs that you have, then, maybe reach out and make a friend, cautiously, of course, because the energy is a little messy out there. Again, that energetic morphic field is very open. It's, as if you could really dip your hand into the water. I know I keep talking about water, but it really can't be said enough. So if you are looking to amplify your consciousness, meditating, journaling, you're really going to get a lot of work done this week, but just be sure that you are not, bleeding yourself into other spaces, because boundaries can be really messy when it comes to Neptune. In fact, Neptune likes to get rid of boundaries very much. So just something to keep in mind. But overall, this is a super epic thing that we get to be a part of. We get to witness in the collective. There are some great things about it and some not so great things about it, but you can take your own personal authority and make the most of this. And I personally am really excited for all of the energy that is experiencing. We're seeing so many more people looking for answers, looking for healing. And as sad as it is to see so many people need to heal, to me, it's really exciting to see people stepping into their authority and saying, I'm taking my life back. So that is all I have for you for this week. Thank you again for tuning in. I will link all of those blogs that I mentioned in the show notes below. And until next week, take care of yourself, take care of others, be kind, and as always, wear your spiritual armor. Have a wonderful week, friends. Bye.